Good evening, everyone, and good morning to those who have joined in from the United States. Thank you all for taking a time and joining us in today's webinar on the theme Mother Earth versus Humanity, a pathway to sustainable development. Bharati Public School is elated to join with you today in what will go down in the history as the greatest demonstration for technology and environmental studies in the history of our school and fairly nation. Creativity just doesn't lie within books, and this is something that is clearly visible through the plenty of efforts made by today's generation to be the leading and aspiring future of tomorrow. My name is Shafali Sahani, a class 12 student of Bharati Public School, and I feel positively radiant to welcome Mrs. Madhuwalia, senior faculty at BPS. And believe me, she is the most appropriate person for today's webinar as she teaches biology and information technology in our school. So please, ma'am, can we have you here?
Yeah, thank you, dear Shafali. I am privileged to be a part of this webinar where we are meeting our star kids who are the achievers of many national and international awards. And definitely, it gives me immense pleasure to see our future generation helping humanity and nation by their innovative ideas, and also happy that young budding scientists and nature enthusiasts of BPS are going to experience a live demo of implementing their knowledge to action. And I strongly believe that the power of youth ingenuity is valuable for the bright future. Not many of us know this, but yes, do you know, Shifali? BPS is a green campus.
Well, I do have a little idea, but would you like to explain a little about it?
Yeah, at BPS, we follow the goals of sustainable development and try to conserve resources like air, water, energy, waste, and biodiversity by creating awareness. Our school is mostly powered by solar panels positioned on our terraces. We run CNG buses instead of petrol or diesel, provide clean drinking water by checking for TDS on regular basis, zero waste disposal, handmade paper making, recycle waste, and promote vermicomposting and organic farming. Also, vertical farming for maintaining flora and fauna around our school.
So, our discussion today will be revolving around sustainable environment and climate change, which will definitely inspire our young STEM aspirants. But we are not just mustered here to talk about a green campus. Our guest speakers are young but dynamic, brilliant but also empathetic, and we also should all take inspiration from their actions and dedication towards creating a better environment. Because at the end of the day, variety is the spice of life. Even since I have been the part of the school as a student from last 14 years now, what I have experienced is that PPS quite literally prepares the entire school in instilling the habit of conserving resources like usage of CNG rather than petrol, just as mentioned by ma'am, so that when we enter into the real world, we know how do we have to have a judicial use of the resources because you are a citizen and with position comes the responsibility, right?
Yeah, true, Shifali. Now, everybody hold on your breath because our first guest is a 9-year-old environmental activist, Lisipriya Kangujam. Let's welcome our first guest speaker for today. Welcome, Lisipriya.
Thank you, ma'am. Hi, everyone. My name is Lisipriya Kangujam. I am 9 years old. I'm an Indian climate activist and the founder of the Child Movement. I'm fighting to save our planet and our future. Thank you so much, Bharati Public School, Delhi, for inviting me here in this program. I'm really very excited to talk with you all today. And also great to be with Sister Gitanjali Rao in this program. Hi, sister. I am very thankful to see you. I was very excited to see you all and you too, sister. And congratulations for the Times Kid of the Year. Thank you.
We also have with us Time's first ever Kid of the Year, who is a scientist and inventor from Colorado, Denver. She is Gitanjali Rao. I think Lysipriya has already given the introduction of her. We know it's 6:30 a.m. in US right now. So I think it was sort of challenge for you, Gitanjali. Thank you so much for taking the time out for us today. Welcome to BPS.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you to all of Bharati Public Schools for this fantastic opportunity. And hopefully someone takes a little something away from the conversation that we have today. And I was actually looking forward to meeting Lissy today. So it was the other way around for me. But yeah, thank you so much again for having me. And I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, welcome. You both are esteemed guests.
But before we get started with our guest speakers for today, we would like to call upon our leader, mentor, and guide, Honorable Principal Ma'am Dr. Savita Arora, who has dedicated her life in helping students to develop a scientific bent of mind and clean in a healthy environment in and around the school. Her aura, her aura reflects the strong urge to nurture values among Bharatiyans and enable them to become confident and capable leaders. So, ma'am, would you please like to have a stage here?
Thank you, Shefali. The world belongs to those who shape it. And however uncertain that world may feel at this moment, the reassuring reality seems to be that each new generation produces more such kids who bring light. Lysipriya, a schoolgirl who has shown the world that for raising awareness about climate change, one needs to change the system, staying away from the comforts of home. She has continued to raise her voice and inspire millions. Lissy has become synonymous with the climatic consciousness and environmental accountability. It is with immense delight I welcome the younger crusader Lysipriya, the other inspiring and a great innovating speaker of the day, Gitanjali Rao. Her astonishing and groundbreaking work as a scientist and innovator has made her a household name. The young scientist and innovator who has her heart and mind set on problems and challenges humanity. Gitanjali is a believer in the disciplines of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Her problem-solving prowess using technology has catapulted her into the limelight. Personally, I am hugely impressed by her belief that never and unprecedented problems demand innovative and tech-based solutions. Her exceptional leadership skills have inspired kids how to tap into their curiosity, aspiring to create a generation of innovators. I extend my warmest welcome to dear Gitanjali. Words fell short to describe these two angels on the earth. We all would cherish the short introductory clippings of both the guests of the day and would welcome them from the bottom of our heart.
Don't call her Greta, she's her own fighter. Lysipriya Kangajam is a child environmental activist from Manipur. She's one of the youngest climate activists globally at all of 8 years old. Lissy has been campaigning for climate action in India for 2 years to pass new laws to curb India's high pollution levels and to make climate change literacy mandatory in schools.
And government are busy in blaming each other instead of finding a long-term solution. They are just in their speed. They are not doing any action. I want the government to do more action. Otherwise, our future would be dying soon. They must act now.
On August 31, 2019, Lissy Priya received the World Children Peace Prize Award. On 21 June 2019, inspired by the climate activist Greta Thunberg, Lissy Priya started spending a week outside the Indian Parliament House to draw attention of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to pass the climate law in India. She addressed the United Nations Climate Conference 2019 held in Madrid, Spain, to world leaders to make immediate climate actions.
Why should I come here? Why should I speak here? I have to go back to my school, I have to read my books, I have to play, I have to study. But our leaders from all our troubled life and our beautiful future. This is not fair.
While Lissy appreciates the work of Greta Thunberg, she blames the media for creating an imbalance between climate activists by stereotyping Greta as the face of climate activism and merging all other identities with hers. In March 2020, Lissy turned down PM's offer of handling his social media for International Women's Day.
In the news, I heard that Environment Minister told air pollution doesn't affect the health and it doesn't kill any people. But more than 12 million children and people of the world have died due to air pollution. How we can say that?
On the 18th of May, Lissy Priya announced her first book, Why I Rejected PM Modi's Honour.
Wow, what an inspiration at such a small age. My goodness. And the energy she was having. Great. Now let's look into the second video.
I'm a very curious person, if that's one thing you need to know about me. I love learning about the environment, ecology. Everything is just of such interest to me. I just like learning in general, so everything in school is actually super fun. I cannot see a world filled with kindness without science and technology being involved.
Good, everybody's gone. Now we can talk. Where are you right now?
I'm in Denver, Colorado.
Well, congratulations to the first ever Kid of the Year. You have a brilliant mind, clearly, but you are very, very generous with that mind and information, and that's just really wonderful.
What is the invention?
So I created a device called Tethys. Each and every one of us have the right to know what is in our water and have access to clean drinking water. And this fully functional device can help with that.
Tethys is a device that detects lead in drinking water faster and more inexpensive than the current methods out there today. It's based on carbon nanotube sensor technology and provides all the results to your mobile phone on an app that I created. My inspiration behind it was actually the Flint water crisis. It was just so unacceptable that kids my age were essentially drinking a poison every day, and I realized that something really needed to be done to help solve that problem. I don't think I can say there was like an aha moment where I was like, this is what I want to do. It was rather just like this continuous like learning and loving more about STEM and science and technology. But I can tell you a huge changing moment in my life was about, I want to say when I was 4 or 5 years old, my uncle got me a chemistry kit, and I felt the need to finish the whole thing in one day, and I did. A lot of my devices are based on biology, chemistry, physics, computational method. This process, it's usually spread over a couple of months, even years. It's just based on how I feel about it and how I get inspired by something. I don't force myself through the process. I don't do anything to accelerate it. I do it at a pace which makes me feel excited and makes me want to keep going. See, that's the biggest thing about innovation is if you don't have that motivation and drive to keep going, it's going to be dry. It's not going to be something you enjoy doing or anybody else is going to enjoy hearing about. 2020 has really helped me be a kid. Obviously, I do need fresh air, so I go on bike rides a lot. I fence. I did a lot of virtual fencing. I fenced a lot of pillows. I baked a lot, an insane amount. Calligraphy is now a thing I do. Our family is a huge world traveling family. I've been to a lot of countries. I want to say about 14. Where I want to go. I know we're not going to go here anytime soon, but Madagascar. It's such a cool place. I'm just obsessed with animals and free, wild, roaming things. The dinosaurs are probably my favorite animal, hands down. There's so many of them, and they're so cool. If someone figures out how to make dinosaurs come back to life, please call me or email me. I can tell you a couple lasting words that stayed with me. Miss Stockdale, who was my teacher when I was in 2nd grade. The first time she met me, she told me that I was going to change the world. I've been wanting to change the world, and hopefully I am changing the world.
Very good.
You know what, Gitanjali? Great going. Really fantastic to watch your nanotube sensor technology in Denver Water Quality Research Lab and to know about the device that is. Without any further delay, we would appreciate exhibiting Gitanjali's absolutely exhilarating journey. So really, that was really amazing of you, Gitanjali. If I would have been of your age, I don't know whether I would have been doing this or not, seriously.
I think they themselves are motivated manifold after looking their videos. There were goosebumps, you know. So we welcome you, the floral welcome, and a huge round of applause to these two girls. Thank you. Thank you for giving your time to us. Gitanjali, I could see a photograph of Taj Mahal also. Were you there in India? So good.
I was, yeah. It was before COVID, of course, but hopefully we're supposed to go back next November instead of this one. But yeah, I've been in Agra a couple times.
Thank you. Thank you for choosing India in your travel list. Good. Carry on, Madhu ma'am.
Yeah. Now, Lissipriya, if you don't mind, we will ask a couple of questions from you.
Yes, of course. You can.
So, on behalf of BPS, we are really proud to join hands with you in plantation drive of planting trees and mandating climate education in our schools. We want to know more about your upcoming campaigns and how do you plan to achieve them?
I have started one movement called the Monday for Mother Nature, where I plant thousands of trees every week, every Monday with the school children, with a mission to plant 1 million trees every year. So far, we have planted over 3.5 lakhs trees.
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
That's great.
Thank you.
So, it has been a pleasure sharing the platform with you, Lizzie. I assure you that the initiative of plantation taken will continue to bear fruits and our Bhartiyans would be the seeds of change.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Now, Gitanjali, we are slightly inquisitive in having a sneak peek into your professional life, if you permit so.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, thank you. And first of all, congratulations to you for the title you got, the Star Kid, I suppose. Yeah.
Gitanjali, I would want to say, like, just as Madhu ma'am said that congratulations from my side as well, congratulations. And, you know, for the title you have got, and I was quite literally exhilarated to have a conversation after reading about you from reliable resources, of course. But you know what? It's not really a question, but definitely a thing that a teenager like me would be inquisitive and curious to know from another teenager like you, right, Gitanjali?
Yeah, for sure.
So just as we saw in the video as well, that your second grade teacher, right, told you that you are going to change the world. Can you share it? Was it your motivation by your teacher or your inner drive and determination which inspired you to achieve the great heights?
It was actually a combination of both, which I think honestly changed my life forever. Obviously, I am very internally motivated to do whatever I'm doing, very driven, but I think that there's also this aspect of having a strong support system to back you up no matter what. And I think that that's what that second grade teacher provided me, and that's what my parents and my current teachers provide me now, is that support system. So while I am able to really exercise my inner passion and energy for innovation and scientific change and technology, I think that having that strong support system and belief also really helps accelerate that.
So it is the inner self.
She has very rightly put in both the things. Children should not feel that only their determination is working. The environment is also creating a new person in them, and teachers, of course. Thank you, Gitanjali, for sharing this experience on this platform where all kinds of teachers and even students are listening to you. So this combination which you have relished in your life will definitely motivate someone.
Absolutely. And just by being here in the past 20 minutes, I can already tell that Bharati Public Schools is just such a fantastic system for the growth of students as well as educators in all fields. So as long as you have that passion, I'm sure that belief will come secondhand.
We are just crossing our fingers to get the things done in a better way. Thank you. Thank you for motivating us. Carry on, Shefali.
Thank you, Gitanjali. Now there are few questions in the chat box which I can see, and some of our students are waiting to ask some questions. So I think first question is from Lissy Priya. And here is our child Piyush waiting to ask question. Piyush.
Hello everyone, and hello Lissy Priya.
Hi.
My question to you is that, are you planning to include students in movement? Sorry, there's a...
Yes.
Sorry, there's some technical issues with mine. So So, and how can we be a part of your movement? And as I strongly want to work for the prevention of climate deterioration.
You should plant more and more trees, because tree is the ultimate solution to fight the climate change. And you should not use single-use plastic at your home. And you should use more bicycle. You should use public transport like me. If you want to join my Monday for Mother Nature, you can join me, and you can join my organization called the Child Movement, to call the world leaders to take immediate climate action to save our planet and our future.
So Piyush, will you join this movement?
I certainly will. It sounds great.
Great. So thank you so much, Piyush. Now, here is one more child waiting for a question. Can I request Gungun? You may put up your question to Gitanjali.
Good evening, everyone. Hello, Gitanjali. So my question to you is, how you spend your free time to rejuvenate yourself from the hectic brainstorming?
Yeah, that's definitely a question I've recently gotten a lot. And this is going to be a really bad answer, but I'm not completely sure what in me wants to spread that out. I know that obviously I go to school full time. I'm still in 10th grade. I still am doing homework. I am running my innovation workshops. I'm managing press interviews, talking to schools, still innovating, as well as trying to keep aside time for other activities, as well as like hanging out with friends, because you need that sometimes. But so it's definitely a complicated process, but I like to say that everything I'm doing is something I want to do, not something I need to do, which makes my time that much easier to balance. So after school, I will spend the rest of the day splitting it up between activities, innovating, workshops. And at that point, it's not even a fear anymore or a worry that I'm going to run out of time, or You know, a lot of people ask me, oh, do you have more than 24 hours in a day? And no, I'm just like all of you. I'm just finding, you know, better ways to be able to distribute my time, but everything feels like a break for me. After school, everything feels like fun. And I think that that's just the mindset that everyone needs to go in. If you look towards managing time, you know, that might mean making sacrifices to those things that maybe you don't want to stick around, but, you know, dedicating even more time and energy to your dreams that you want to come true.
Yeah, truly said, Gungun. So you have to learn time management.
It was
Isn't
great
it?
to talk to you.
Thank you so much, Gungun.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, one question from my side to Gitanjali. Gitanjali, can I ask one question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gitanjali, as you are aware, in our country, we are struggling to achieve clean air and clean water. As an empathetic young scientist, how do you think can we achieve this on an individual and national level? I have heard that you worked on detection of lead in water, inspired by Flint water crisis in US. Can you share some insights?
Yeah, absolutely. So I created a device called Tethys that's able to detect lead in drinking water faster and more inexpensive than the current tools out there today. But while my first inspiration was in Flint, it was actually more widespread because I started to realize how much of a problem this was across the world. And one of the biggest statistics that I saw was India. India's lead levels are sometimes beyond charts of even Flint, Michigan. And I think that that's what is so fearful, that water is a basic right that everyone should have. And it shouldn't be that people are drinking a poison every day all just because they want to drink water. So I was inclined to find a way to solve that problem. But now I've actually, my recent project, well, currently working on project, has gone back to water, but instead of looking at lead, it's looking at bacteria and parasites, which is more of a widespread problem as well. So I am personally very interested in contamination of water and natural resources. And I think in the first part of your question, you were talking about, as an individual perspective, what do I think we can do to, you know, help out with air and water quality in India? And my biggest piece of advice is everything helps. So like Lissy was saying earlier, anything as simple as planting a tree, you know, or I think she's also said, oh yeah, not using single-use plastic. You know, for her cause, perfect. Little things like that make a difference. Just joining her in a movement one Monday, that's fantastic. And so take that time and energy out of your Monday or Tuesday to do a little something for the environment. And whether that is, you know, like I like to say, riding your bike to school instead of driving. That is something that I would do sometimes. Or sometimes we all carpool to make sure that we're saving energy, we're saving gas, and things like that make a difference. As even if you don't believe it, every little thing makes a difference. And that's why I am so inspired by those who are inspired by me. I'm inspired by them because everyone is coming together for something new, especially this year. And we want to turn over that leaf. We want to change the world for the better. And I think that now it's time to come together because innovation is not an option anymore. It's a necessity, especially in this world that we're growing up in.
Yeah. Thank you, Gitanjali. I think that our children are doing some experiments based on this water contaminants in school, but they might not have understood this part so well. But after your inspirational way, the way you have been working for the society, community, they will get definitely inspired to do those experiments very well and with dedication, the way you are carrying on. Thank you so much. Now here, I think Shefali is also waiting for some questions from you.
You are muted, Shefali.
Oh, I'm
my
sorry.
question to Lissy is there?
Yeah, after this from Lissy.
Before that, I think you should talk to Lissy first.
Okay. Lissy, are you feeling aloof? Shall we ask one question from you first?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I will be putting up one question from Lissy, if you don't mind. Shefali, You can ask afterwards. Gitanjali, you may wait. I hope you won't mind. Yeah. So there is a question from Lisi. Let us take one question from Lisi. There is one child waiting. It is Tishi is waiting. Tishi, are you there?
Yes, sure. My question is to Gitanjali.
Yeah, Bate. So ask first. Oh,
hello,
again.
Gitanjali.
Hi.
Will you visit our school?
I will be more than happy to after COVID is done. I will gladly come visit your school. Any reason to get out of the country, I will do. I want to go to India so badly. So please invite me. I will be there. But yes, I would love to come to your school.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gitanjali. Again, the question was from you, now from Lisi Priya. Lisi, we have been doing mock drills in our school to prepare for disaster management. But Lisi, you have been personally experiencing cyclone in Bhubaneswar, I suppose. You have experienced that. Kindly brief us how to overcome disaster, because practically our children should know about it.
I'm born in a small village of Manipur in northeast India, but I've grown up in Bhubaneswar, Odisha. My birthplace is surrounded by lush green mountains and alluring atmosphere. I came to Delhi in 2016 for the first time, but my life became very messy due to the high air pollution. Later, I moved to Bhubaneswar, Odisha for my schooling, and again, my home in Odisha was hit by Cyclone Titli in 2018 and Cyclone Fani in 2019. All such incidents in my young life turns me into a child climate activist. When I was just around 4 years old, I accompanied my dad for raising funds for the victims of the Titli. Massive Nepal earthquake of 2015, where more than 10,000 people died and lakhs of people got injured. We went to Nepal all the way from India by the road to drop the foodstuffs, medicines, clothes, etc. for the victim children and families. I get scared when on television I see people suffering and dying due to lack of due to lack of awareness. I cry when I see children losing their parents or children becoming homeless due to danger of disasters. My country has many disasters like earthquake, flood, landslide, etc. That was the first time where I heard the words climate change and natural disasters, but I couldn't realize what exactly it is as I was a small baby that time. Now I realize that this could be the main reason why I'm concerned about our planet and about our future. In July 2018, when I was just 6 years old, I got a chance to attend one United Nations disaster conference in Mongolia. It was my life-changing event. After return back from Mongolia in July 2018, I have started my organization called the Child Movement, called the World Leaders, to take immediate climate action to save our planet and our future.
Thank you so much, Lisi. Really, you are empathetic child, I should say, and that is through your experience. You have actually worked for the community, and you have experienced those things. And because of your presence over there, so now our children will be highly impressed and might be knowing the importance of all these drills which we carry on in our school, and they should actually take it on a serious note, because once it actually they are facing these disasters, they should know how to cope up with them and how to protect their family and friends from them. So thank you so much, Lizzie. Highly grateful to you for sharing this experience.
So it's again me, and Gitanjali, I was eagerly waiting to ask a question from you, just as you know already. So, Gitanjali, for a fact, I know that you have been doing great things for the society and the environment, but you have a lot of other passions, just as we saw in the video, right? You like baking, traveling, dancing, etc. And as you already answered it, but I still want to have a little more glimpse into how do you manage it? Because at the end of the day, you have 24 hours and we are just making excuses. We are a procrastinator and you are not that. Then, like, what is it all about?
Yeah, I can tell you that I am a procrastinator and I do make excuses. So I am just like each and every one of you. I attempt not to, of course, but I think sometimes things are unavoidable. But I think the biggest thing, just like Lissy said, was, and Lissy can understand from personal experience as well, is trying to balance out, your work with press and media as well as interviews and conferences, because that is such a hard thing to do, especially when even if you're a little bit in the spotlight, then you have to be aware of what you're saying, when you're saying it. Even like going outside is a new journey now. And yeah, I see Lissy laughing there. It's definitely like it's a whole new world of things. So I schedule most of my things on the weekend. So like for example, today I'm on holiday, so I'm going morning to night with interviews, and I take out days where I can do just that, days where I can just research. It's almost like off days, but for the opposite reason, if that makes sense. So like one day, if I have a leave from school, I'll spend the whole day doing my research, and then that next day I'll spend the whole day doing interviews. And I think that just having that different balance and that workflow and that set of time in which you can go back and forth is so very needed, because I think for me it's so much easier to just procrastinate and leave it off to the side, but I would much rather get something done with my day. So every day at the end of the day, I have one goal that I want to accomplish by that day, and as long as I've accomplished it, I feel proud of myself. So a little thing, my mom was telling me that you are on the cover of Time magazine and you're more accomplished by checking off something in your chart, which that's literally, for me, that's how I feel accomplished, is knowing that I did something that day to help someone else.
That mom thing you said, now it happens with everyone, believe me.
Yeah, true. Now, here we have our star kid of BPS, who is the young budding scientist who is always ready to represent his models in various competitions. Let's have a look what he has in store for us.
Hello Gitanjali, I am Pavitra Ghosh of class 10. So today I'm going to introduce my science model having theme Swachh Bharat, Swasth Bharat. As we know, in India, a lot of pollution is caused due to unorganized sewage disposal. So in this, I have depicted the treatment of wastewater. Now, knowing the fact that plastic are one of the biggest sources of pollution these days, and polythene, PET bottles have been a always threat to environment due to its non-biodegradable nature. During sewage water treatment, a lot of plastic is accumulated. When we utilize the plastic in various useful and fruitful manner, like converting them into bricks, road, fuel, energy, and petroleum gas, thereby it would preserve the resources and help in sustainable development. Do you know the Ministry of Environment Forest has initiated Ganga Action Plan and Yamuna Action Plan to save the major rivers of our country from pollution by discharging these sewage water directly into the river. My main objective is to serve our community and implementing this model on a large scale. At last, I would conclude by saying that the management of waste is very much necessary for the protection of the environment and the health of the population. I would be highly grateful if Gitanjali, you could invest some ideas on these grave issues of waste management so that everyone here can implement and can jointly bring the change in our society or broadly our nation.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic procedure. I'm looking at it right now, and I think I guess personally for advice for you regarding this, I was wondering if you could create this into something portable. Like a smaller, more compact version that you can screw onto a tap sink or a sink tap, yes, or like something else, or a shower head, so it could almost filter that auto or within a small amount of time, if that makes sense. I'm not really putting two words together, but like I guess with normal water filters that we have at home, you screw them onto, in the US at least, you screw them onto the tap. And when the water pours out, it filters it almost real time per se. But since you're working with plastic and things like that, I was also thinking that you could potentially, if you were to like purify drinking water in an easy way, just take a bucket, make like a little filter layer over it and pour all the water in. And I think that would be a fantastic like almost, you could create a great portable device out of that, if that makes sense. Yeah, and then for everyone else, you just talked about wastewater, how everyone else can be involved. I honestly think it's just being aware of what you're putting in your water, and whether that is not littering. And obviously that's such a huge problem in India, as well as littering in the water on the side of the street, as well as air pollution in general. So I think if we all take that steps towards limiting it, like I was talking about earlier, we'll all be in a good place in the next couple of years.
Yeah, sure. I will try to make something like that. And yes, we should all like implement upon it.
Wonderful, Gitanjali.
Thank you so much, Gitanjali.
Yeah.
Now, Shefali, I want to, ma'am, you want to say something?
No,
ma'am, you can carry on.
I was just asking that Lissy will be there with us now. Lissy,
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, will be there. Okay, good. I think the bond between Lissy and Gitanjali is showing the best thing now. Yeah. Both of them are inspiring themselves. Good.
Yes, ma'am. She agreed to stay just because she she could spend more time with us and with Gitanjali, her friend.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Lissy. I was worried.
Thank you.
But it's good platform to learn from each other. And you two are really so inspiring that you give on the spot, the motivation comes out. See how nicely you have taken the questions of the kids and motivated them in such a way that they cannot stop themselves now to do something, or to join you, or to think of becoming more aware about the Mother Earth. I think we should keep Wednesday for water. Something. Because Lissy has already kept Monday for Mother Earth. That's a good caption. And Wednesday would be the better day for water.
I will, yes, I'll put something together, but yeah, I'll get up on Lissy's Monday for Mother Earth as well. So that I can
this is what we can take back.
Yeah, no, it's a little bit of give and take. I'll join her movement because it's a fantastic thing she's doing for the world. But no, go ahead, ask your question.
Yeah. And now I proved that learning from juniors is the best learning. Lissy, you are the junior most in this group, but you have taught us long lessons. Thank you, Lissy. Thank you. May God bless you, and you do something which is, I think, you should also become the kid of the year. 2020 has made us to do something. And I think it is the side of opportunity for all of us to take time and become more and more aware about our belongings, our surroundings in 2020. So let's take a pledge and make this 0 year hero year and do something which is really in need. Thank you. Carry on, dear.
Yeah. Now, Shefali, I want to ask one question from you. Mother Earth versus technology. Whose side are you? Are you on the side of our Mother Earth or technology? Unmute
Sorry
yourself.
for that. Sorry for that. I would say it's like the combination of both, right? Because technology can be used to bring change in our Earth. So I would say both are equally significant and presume that they both are the perfect instance, Gitanjali and Lissipriya, the perfect instance where Gitanjali utilizes technology to check contamination in water and aiding our society and Mother Earth. And on the other side, Lissipriya, who had been raising her voice in its protection, right, Lissipriya? So Gitanjali, would you want to import your views on this?
I honestly totally agree with you. I think that, like I said in the video, I couldn't see a world filled with positivity without, or filled with kindness without science involved. I think that was the exact quote I might have said that day. But it's so important to be able to combine the two. I think using technology for social change, and but I also think that there's also an aspect of raising your voice. Like some of some of the people that obviously Lissy now, Greta, Malala, fantastic people around the world who have really shown and demonstrated to me how you can raise your voice to make change. So I totally strongly agree with that, but I think I am kind of bringing a new perspective to the table to offering solutions as well. And I think that I think that either one of them couldn't last by themselves. So I think we need to combine the two. We need to combine raising our voices and technology. We need to combine Mother Earth and science, because like I said, we're growing up in a place where we're seeing problems that have never existed before. And it's up to us to make that difference. It's up to us to make that change. The future is in our hands now, the hands of the students, the ones that, were undermined a couple years ago. So I think that now it's our turn to make the change, and we should really take advantage of that and grow.
Definitely. Technology can be used to, I think technology can be used to innovate things as well as to improve the life on Earth. That is our Mother Earth, our nature. Protection can be done only by utilization of technology. So both these things are essential for our life, and both these star kids definitely are give right example for this. Lissy, what is your view?
Yes, so climate change is all about science, and we need to solve the climate change only with the science. Scientists already find a solution, just we need to act now. Our world leaders should believe in science and need to act urgently to save our planet and our future. Nothing can be done to solve the global climate crisis without science. Whatever we are talking about, clean energy and solar energy, is all about solving the climate crisis through science.
True, truly said. Right. So that means all we can improve our society, our environment, and blend it with the utilization of technology. Now I would request our principal ma'am to exhibit the formal vote of thanks to our both kids who are present over here, with a lot of inspiration for our children, and definitely they have been a source of inspiration for the entire BPS fraternity.
I think, Madhu ma'am, you should ask them and give them at least 1 minute to speak with their own heart, what they want to say. Because we were putting questions to them, and I am so happy that Lissy is there for much more time with us. So I think we should tell Lissy to speak from her own heart, what she really wants to give a message, or maybe she has something to share with the gathering. Lissy, please do it first.
Yes, so today I want to share something with everyone living in this world from my little heart. We all know we are facing a pandemic on one side and floods, droughts, heat waves, cyclone, locusts, etc. on the other side. Now this is the time to wake up. This is the time to open up our eyes. This is the time to send your children and grandchildren to fight for the survival and for their own future. The best gift parents can give to their children Not beautiful house, expensive cars, lots of money. The best gift you can give to your children is a beautiful planet. To give this planet, you have to change yourself. If you can change yourself, then you can change your family. If you can change your family, then you can change your neighborhood. If you can change your neighborhood, then you can change your community. If you can change your community, then you can change your state. If you can change your state, then you can change your country. If you can change your country, then you can change the whole world. Change means empowerment. Empowerment means independent. Independent means freedom. Freedom is when you can protect your land and environment. Freedom is when you can protect your children's future, culture, and health. Freedom is when no one can discriminate you on the basis of caste, creed, color, sex, or any other differences. Freedom is when you can read and write. Freedom is when you're out of hunger. Freedom is when we are all together in this fight. Fight for your freedom. Thank you, Jai Hind, Sanali Bamani, Pune Yatfred. Thank you once again.
Very right. So inspiring, Lissy. You are really a life-changing person for others. You can change the life of others because you are such a kid. I cannot understand that at the age of 4, you have started sharing the stage with others. So this is something which everyone, there are goosebumps, you know, when you listen about these kinds of things. And we have seen your video, which was really giving us, we were glued to it and look into that what next she is going to do. And she has shared the stage. She has become a motivational speaker. What is left? You said my little heart, and I'm thinking that your heart is so big. You are epitome of empathy, and you have a great heart in your little heart, which is thinking of everyone to whom you come across. And may God bless you to do and raise your dreams much higher what you have dreamt till now. Thank you very much. And the plantation drive is really, see, teachers are also giving this kind of thing. Even principals, leaders, everybody is looking at this part. But when it comes from a little heart, like you, the sweetened heart, it is really, we cannot stop ourselves for this drive. We said we will, because just a 9-year-old girl is taking this kind of challenge. Why not we? So it inspires. And these kinds of drives which you are thinking out to save the climate, especially India has a diverse kind of climate. From north to south, if you go, you will see all such kind of atrocities are there, goodness, and the other problems which are already we are discussing about these disasters and all other things. So we are prone to all these kinds of things. So for us, it is very, very important. It's the biggest populous country, and we are, if we are aware, I think we can mind the world. We can see everyone doing and following these kinds of things. May you soar higher and higher. Thank you very much for being with us.
Welcome, ma'am. And also, Sister Gitanjali is also one of my inspiration. And also, I'm making one device that is called, what should I say? That I'm making one device that I can make water from the air.
Oh, good. Very good. Very nice. Now, Gitanjali will not leave you like this. She will be following you and carrying forward. I think you both can actually complement the science, and STEM and climate can be complemented each other. So it's a good platform, I think, and all the viewers and listeners must have enjoyed this little chat in a big way. And there are too many take backs home, and they are going to take it. Now I would like to give the stage to Gitanjali to speak something from her heart.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how to follow that, but I will try my best. Lissy has a lot more experience than me, even though she's younger than me. So that really shows you where it's going with this. But I think my biggest thing is today, go out there and make a difference. And whether that difference is creating a device, you know, picking up trash off the side of the road, or opening the door for someone to walk through, create a difference in your community. And just like Lucy was talking about, that ripple effect, any small thing you do can trigger a huge change. And I think we need to first identify that before we start going and solving problems in our society, is that no matter what you do, it will change the world for the better. So today, dream big and think back to reality, because I am living in a dream. I can probably vouch for Lissy and tell her that this was all a dream. This was all an idea that we all had at one point. And we've made it come to life because of our own drive, but the support system that believed in us as well. So, find that support system for yourself and go out there and make your dreams come true, because there is nobody stopping you but yourself. And I can vouch for that from personal experience. And Lissy, I do want to know more about your device now that you told me. So I will drop an email in the chat, and please reach out to me if you have any questions. But yes, you are one of my biggest inspirations. I have been hearing about you all over the news, and I was so excited to be here today solely for that reason. And thank you to everyone here. Thank you to Bharati Public Schools. Thank you just for inviting me. Thank you for having me today. And it really added a lot into my day, just knowing that this morning I was able to wake up and hopefully inspire a few kids in India.
It's our pleasure, dear. And I think that I must tell all the viewers today to know that empathy is the first thing which comes on the priority, which you should all have with you. Even these two girls, they are not knowing the meaning of empathy, and they were empathetic. So this is the way interventions come up. And how the whole Michigan, Gitanjali was also crazy to do something to save lives of the people. Even now also she's telling that people should not take poison. Water has to be like very pure. And why this thing has come up to her mind? Because she wanted to save lives. So empathy is much more important than anything else, which gives you a kickstart for any invention. Don't wait for the one fine day when somebody will tell you, or when the problem is so big that you cannot control it. Don't wait for that day. Lissy has also tried her best to do the things now because she wanted a better future. And Gitanjali has also started this thing with the little empathy in her heart. She herself was a kid at that time, and she thought of saving the lives of the kids and saving the lives of the people. I can understand the trouble which was going on at that time. And even today, we can have some markers like that. So Gitanjali has taken a step ahead and stopped everything negative which was happening. And that purity has shown and made her the angel on earth. So these two are the architects of the tomorrow. I can very well say that they can do wonders. Okay, so how is the Josh Bharatians? I think all the Bharatians have seen them and relished their beautiful voice, their beautiful way of interacting to the kids. There was a sense of maturity in both of them. So we have to admire their skills of motivating others. Both of them are surpassing each other. I mean, if I am praising Lissy, I cannot stop Gitanjali. And if I am praising Gitanjali, I cannot leave Lissy behind. So it has been really wonderful to interact with you. Times Kid of Year. Thank you, Gitanjali, for sharing your time across different time zones. I would love to see, nurture, and bring up many Lissy Priyas and Gitanjalis from BPS. That would make the world better place to live, and humanity and Mother Earth can proceed towards sustainable development. Life cannot be changed in a minute, but decision taken in a minute changes everything in life. So the decision taken by these vibrant speakers is par excellence. Beyond the limit of age, they just took a decision, and passion has endeavors, and the biggest thing they have come across in their life. So today, there are many takeaways for all of us, but still at the end, I think we would bow our heads to these two girls who have made the world a better place to live in. in their own little ways, they have done the great deeds. So the best takeaway of today is this, that Earth is beautiful. Let's preserve it. Resources are limited. Let's conserve it. So I would again put a big hand from my side and from the core of my heart. I welcome and pay my vote of thanks to these two girls. And we would like to call you to the school. Please wait for the mail when we are going to catch hold of you. For Gitanjali, I can only say that whenever you are in India, Bharti is there for you. And you please make a note to us and we would be highly obliged to you. And Lissy, whenever you are also there in Delhi, please do recall us. We will be there to call you. Thank you very much for giving your precious time and making me more motivated today to work for society. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so
much.
And
Merry Christmas to everyone in advance.
Yes, from my side also. And a Happy New Year too. And love you, both of you.
Now we'll meet next year.
Merry Christmas to all of you. And we hope that this webinar helps every child unfold their unique yet infinite potential and to scale new heights of success. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lissipriya. Thank you, Gitanjali, for sharing such a beautiful experience. We are really highly enlightened and overwhelmed. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Good night and good morning.
Bye, Gitanjali. Bye, Lissipriya.
Bye, everybody.
Hope to meet you soon.
Yes.